You're watching a special presentation of ESPN 8, The Ocho, on ESPNU.
All right, everybody, here we are with Week 8 of the Players Club Tecmo Bowl season to determine draft choice order. We have this extra special broadcast today. We have special guest commentator Gregory the Governor Davis joining us over the internet. Say hi to everybody, Greg.
Evening, sports fans, and welcome to Week 8.
All right, here we go. So, why don't you tell them what we got in store? What's the first game of the week?
Looks like the first matchup on the docket today is Ian Speck's Minnesota Vikings going up against the computer-led Los Angeles Chargers from beautiful, sunny Los Angeles, California.
This should be a
Ian,
good,
of course,
good
was in sixth place, the last playoff spot for the good round. He leads Stanley by a couple of points in the point differential, and it looks like it should be a pretty good matchup on paper.
All right, excellent. Let's get this this game started. All right, here we go.
Ian comes into the season with a 4-2 record, notching some very close victories last couple games. And now his Vikings take on the upstart Chargers with new coach Jim Harbaugh in the fold. Vikings, of course, are enjoying a resurgence under Sam Darnold, the Reclamation Project, who wasn't supposed to be the starter when the season began, but has thrived, growing to top targets like Justin Jefferson. And the kick is up. Kicker gets it to Chandler, and Chandler is able to return it just past the 25-yard line. Let's see what Vikings decide to do on first down. It's pass play. Darnold back to pass, and it's blocked. Wow, that defenseman was bearing down on him, and Darnold just got it away just in time to avoid disaster. And the play action to Aaron Jones. A lot of wide open field down there. Darnold lets it loose, and Addison. It's Addison who comes up with a huge play. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, who absolutely obliterated the Eagles in a previous week, goes in nearly untouched for a 76-yard score. After the point up is good, it's 7-0 Vikings. Wow, that was just a great piece of awareness. The safety bid on the play fake. Darnold did a great job selling it, rolled out, had all the time in the world, and he hit Addison down that sideline. Nobody around. He waltzed into the end zone. Justin Herbert, the ex-Oregon Duck. And, pressure bearing down on him. He is able to just get it away in time, out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Herbert back to pass. He's got a lot of options. Oh, but that stiff Vikings defensive line able to make the play. Now, critical third down here early in the game. And he puts it underneath to Dobbins. Dobbins, of course, has lost a step since that gruesome injury he suffered previous season. And the Chargers forced to punt it away. It took the Vikings 3 plays to go that 74 yards to the end zone. Very quick strike. We'll see what they try to dial up here. 1st and 10 from the 38. And it's Jones off tackle. The right side, and he's able to get close to first down yardage. It's going to be 2nd and short. The Vikings have all kinds of possibilities here. And they go with what works. They give it back to Jones, who is able to make a couple defenders miss, and he's gone! Aaron Jones with a nifty, shifty move that just shook and bake the safety coming up, trying to make the tackle there. And it's another quick touchdown for the Vikings. Wow, so here in the got a minute left in the first quarter, it's already 14-0 Vikings. Chargers using the motion, and Herbert got all day. Oh, he decides to pull it down and run for it, and it looked like he had McConkey on that left sideline there. I don't know if he just missed him or if he got spooked. Now they'll toss to Dobbins up the left side, and he's got all kinds of space in front of him. He's tackled just past the 40-yard line. Nice pickup there on second down. And they go back to Dobbins, but he is met by a linebacker and taken down in the backfield. And that brings us to the conclusion of the first quarter. Herbert, back to pass. Got all day. Fires late. And, oh boy, this has a mark. Oh, just beyond the reach of his receiver. He would still be running if he caught that. But Herbert put a little too much air into it. And now, Herbert throwing into double coverage. He must not have been seeing the field well. So the Chargers forced to punt again after Dobbins kept the drive alive with a really nice first down. And Bilal Powell fields the punt and makes it just past the 20-yard line. So the Vikings have done it on the ground and through the air. Let's see where they decide to attack next. Darnold all day to pass. Oh, and he waited just a hair too long for the route to clear the coverage, and it's blocked in the backfield for an incomplete pass. Now 2nd and 10. Darnold again back to pass. He sees a running lane, and Khalil Mack saw it too, and he puts the clamps on, brings Darnold down for a 4-yard sack. Now Darnold again with the bootleg. Oh boy. A mirror image of their first touchdown is Jordan Addison, and he is out the gate. Darnold, not necessarily on target with his 2 long passes to Addison. Addison did have to come back on that back shoulder fade there. He is able to still pull away from the defense, who again sold out on that play action. Vikings setting table well with Aaron Jones and then coming back with the play action boot. And Darnold delivering twice on that same play. See what Herbert can do with the Chargers. Drops back to pass. And he's got Palmer. Chargers need a spark. They're down 21-0 here with 2 minutes left in the half. Try Dobbins on the outside. And he's got some running room here. It's just inside the 45-yard line. Chargers, since he was tackled inbounds, forced to use their first timeout. And they like it so much they're going back to it. Now, you'd really like to see Dobbins get out of bounds there, so the Chargers don't have to waste another timeout. Now it'll be 3rd and short. Crucial 3rd down here. And the Vikings defense bearing down on him. And oh my word, Herbert just not see that linebacker spying, he was lurking in the secondary, and he comes up with the pick. Gives the ball right back to the red-hot Sam Darnold and the Vikings. And they use their first timeout after a Chargers sack. And they're going to pass it. And they've got Justin Jefferson, his first completion of the game, first reception, I should say. And they're suddenly in field goal range. They play it safe and run Jones. Oh my gosh, he makes a man miss. And he's inside the 15. Vikings use their last timeout. Only 8 seconds. You got to figure they're going to kick the field goal. And they do. Here comes the field goal unit. And Reichert up. And it's good between the uprights. And that extends the Vikings' lead to 24-0. And this should be the last play of the half. Kick off. The short one to Davis. And he breaks one tackle. He's moving. But just too much coverage. And the Vikings go into halftime with a very comfortable 24-0 lead. And Coach has to be pretty happy about that. Sam Darnold, nearly 200 yards in that first half. Of course, Jordan Addison accounting for 156 of them with his 2 long touchdown catches. And once again, those were not easy receptions by any means. Darnold did not put the ball 100% where he wanted it, but the results were spectacular. Jordan Addison peeling away from the coverage and getting into the end zone twice. And with all the attention that the Chargers are paying to Justin Jefferson, rightfully so, and Aaron Jones, who has beaten them to the tune of 66 yards on 3 carries in the first half, they have to account for all the Vikings weapons here, and I think there's just too many of them.
Yeah, it looks like the Chargers have dug themselves into quite a hole. It's very unlike them. I mean, you'd expect them to put at least up some points on the board, but you think this lead is insurmountable? Do you think the Chargers have a chance at this game? What do you think they have to do in order to get back in?
Well, the Chargers are going to need to, first of all, sustain some offense. Their last offensive drive ended the interception, of course, and Herbert's been under pressure all day with a couple of sacks. They really haven't been able to get the running game going with Dobbins, which is, of course, what Coach Harbaugh and offensive coordinator women like to do. So they really just need to get back to basics. Might be a little too late. If they're able to force some turnovers, get some stops on defense, and unlock this offense, they might have a chance. I'm going to be looking at Herbert to hit his.
Yeah. We may have hit some technical difficulties, folks. But it looks like the teams are coming back onto the field, so let's get this second half started.
But. All right, but. Talk to you.
All right, sorry about that, folks. We may have these problems ironed out.
I think there was a solar flare here in Los Angeles. And Travis, the Chargers are starting to look alive a little bit here, but they talk about gambles on the onside kick. And it is taken back inside the 25. All the Vikings really need to do is run out the clock, which they're doing with Jones and this off-tackle run. Now the shotgun, Darnold back to pass, and he's got T.J. Hawkinson, and that ex-Iowa Hawkeye goes in for the touchdown, extending the Vikings' lead. Wow, they have looked tremendous on offense today.
I think that may be the nail in the coffin.
And that would be a 3 touchdown lead with under 4 minutes left in the game. Chargers really just playing for pride at this point, trying to get that point differential whittled down. And of course leads 7th place Stanley by just 2 points in that differential column. So this could prove to be huge in the long run. Herbert back to pass. He's under pressure. Oh, and he just barely gets it away to a streaking Palmer. He's taken down inside the 15. Oh, it's a nifty move to free up Herbert to get that pass off. And the toss to Dobbins goes nowhere. And that was about their longest plays of the day. As we alluded to earlier, probably a bit too little, a bit too late. And Dobbins breaks through the line like a cannonball and into the end zone. Touchdown Chargers. What's left of this late afternoon Los Angeles crowd cheers them on. Not many folks left in the seats. Kicker the kicker up clean good with the try. That cuts the deficit back down to 2 touchdowns. Chargers trying the onside kick again. And once again failing to recover it. So coming up on the 2-minute warning. Darnold surveys the field, takes off. He's through the middle. And Darnold's speed is underrated. In so much that it's not the fastest quarterback in the world. He does know when to use his legs. I think having a year under Shanahan's system really reset his psyche and showed him a whole different side of football coaching that he hasn't seen in his career to this point. Aaron Jones with a nice gain there. They'll bring up 2nd down from the 3-yard line. Sorry, 2nd and 3 from about the 5. Jones gets the handoff and loses about a yard. Chargers start burning their timeouts. And there's Jones into the end zone again. Chargers have been playing their backups for about half of this last 4th quarter here, while the Vikings are keeping their starters in. Reichert's kick up and good. 38-17. This has been just a cut-out slobber knocker from the very beginning. Vikings, of course, scored on the 3rd play of the game on a 74-yard pass from Darnold to Addison. Pulled the Chargers to a 3-and-out, and then went down and scored again on the very next possession, putting the Chargers in a deep hole they've not been able to climb out of. And that's Aid Van Ginkel with the sack. Herbert's been under duress all day. Thankfully, final whistle blows.
Yeah, that win was exactly what the Vikings needed. That's going to put them in prime contention, because in this league, these standings can be pretty tight, and a lot of times the difference between just a couple spots could be that point differential. So scoring an extra 21 points, that's going to give him the nice boost he needs to put him in prime position for a nice playoff seeding.
Yeah, of course, in this format, the top 6 players are into the top of the postseason, which means the worst they can finish up is 6th in the pick. So it's always fortuitous getting that top half of the playoff bracket there. And really, I think one of the most the biggest stats here is Darnold's 244 yards on just a 55% completion percentage, and the Vikings defense able to hold the Chargers, especially Herbert, in check all game long. They were able to get some late with Josh Palmer leading the way, but really those 3 plays to Jordan Addison really set the tone for this game early. The Vikings came in with a great game plan. They executed it well, and hats off to them.
Alright, so we have the next game on our slate coming up. Looks like it's going to be the computer-controlled Chicago Bears are going to be hosted by the Baltimore Ravens. So let's switch over to that game, and we got the Ravens controlling first place, not too handily. They're unfortunately Matt representing the Washington got his first loss last week, but the point differential is still pretty tight. It's only 2 points. So let's see if Kevin and the Baltimore Ravens are able to extend their lead in the standings. So here we go.
Yeah, the Ravens, of course, coming off of the bye last week, so they are still undefeated with a massive 87-point differential. And they've been doing it through the air and on the ground and with their defense. All phases of the game, the Ravens have been extremely tough out. And the Bears, of course, are working with a rookie quarterback. And really, he's not been getting a lot of help with the play calling. We'll see what happens here as they meet up. In Baltimore. Ravens returning about to the 19. Jackson, the shotgun, he lets one loose, and it's good for a first down. First All Pro running back Derrick Henry is the engine of this offense. Oh, Lamar under duress, but he's got Flowers. Zay Flowers takes him down. Oh, he fumbles! Flowers coughed it up, and the Bears recover. Tremaine Edmonds is able to punch that ball out of the pile as Flowers was fighting for extra yardage, and that's costly error. Williams back to pass, and he completes it to Keenan Allen in tough coverage, and Allen's brought down inside the 28. Wow, what a change of events here early in this first quarter. Back to pass, and nobody home on that pass attempt. And Williams, kick out of USC. Oh, it looks like he had a step on the defender there. The delivery of the pass was just a touch too late. Now play action rollout. Williams on the run. Got someone open in the end zone. Oh, and he overthrows him. He overthrows his man. The Bears will settle for the field goal try. Cairo Santos. Oh, it didn't come cleanly off his leg, but it bounces off the upright and in. So that's a 3-0 Chicago lead here with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Justice Hill takes it on the edge of the end zone. He makes some nifty moves, and he's out past the 30. A good return there, which is just going to help get the Ravens settled in. Uh-oh. Flowers wide open. Lamar Jackson with a pitch and catch. And Flowers able to go down without incident this time. Now they're on the 5. I'm surprised they haven't given the ball to Henry yet. Ooh, and they do. And Henry is stuffed in the backfield. And Jackson on the boot, and he is met just about the line of scrimmage. I think he gained a yard. Once again, Williams on the boot, and Jackson, he's in for the touchdown. That probably caught the Bears defense off. So the Ravens take the lead, and not yet suspended Justin Tucker puts it through point. Tucker tees it up, and Carter gets it just about to the 19-yard line. Both teams relying primarily on their passing game, quarterback's legs. I've seen a lot of designed runs to the running backs as of yet. We'll see if that changes here in the second quarter. And Swift able to pile ahead for a gain of 3. Williams takes a snap, drops back, and he's under all kinds of pressure. Oh, and there's the interception. Ravens defense dialing up the blitz. They put Williams in an uncomfortable position. He makes a poor decision. And now there's Derrick Henry. He weaves in and out for about a 6-yard gain on first down. It's back to Henry off the right guard, and you have to gang tackle that man. He is a beast. Shotgun snap. Jackson surveys the field. He's got the tight end Andrews, who pushes his way forward for the first down. First and 10 from the 10. And there's Derrick Henry. Looks like the quarterback wanted no part of the great thing coming his way. And he is able to rumble into the end zone for the Ravens touchdown. Trevor's kick up pretty good. That extends the Ravens lead 14-3. Like I mentioned from the outset, the Ravens seem talented in all facets of the game. They have incredible talent at the running back and quarterback positions, very strong defense, and one of the most accurate kickers in the league. And Williams on the design bootleg, he's able to good gainer out there. First and 10 from the 30. And it's a handoff to Swift, who goes for 7 yards on that play. Pitch out to Swift. He's got some room out there. And again, this Ravens defense just closes so quickly. Even though he got the first down, he did not get much extra yards beyond that. Second and 10. Williams drops back. And it's another running play to Swift on the outside. And he gains another first down. So they didn't go to him the first 2 drives. Now they're a huge dosage of Swift. Williams drops back, fakes to run, and throws an ill-advised pass to a very well-prepped receiver. And they go back to the ground game with Swift here on 2nd down. And he's only able to move forward for a couple. Still outside of field goal range. He'd like to get at least another 1st down. Williams showing off the wheels, and now he lets one loose, and just beyond the outstretched arms of his receiver. Williams has had a couple of open receivers at or near the end zone. He's missed badly on both of them. And too far away. An accurate kick on the field right there, so they turn the ball over on downs. Derrick Henry, oh my word, what a monster. He go, ball, way, and it's another touchdown for the Ravens. Derrick Henry after the missed field goal. He was ill-advised based on how far away they were, and he punishes the Bears. 21-3. There's just under a half minute left in the half. You got to figure that last drive was a really big missed opportunity for Williams. Had his man wide open, just let him a little too much into the end zone. The Bears in the half with on a positive note with the 1st down, but they are in a hole, 21-3. This feels, because of the suffocating defense that the Ravens play, I don't know if the rookie quarterback is going to be able to lead the Bears back in this one. So you're looking at the stat sheet, of course. Derrick Henry, 5 rushes for 76 yards. He had a couple that were stopped at the line of scrimmage or just gained a few yards, but he has ripped off some pretty massive runs as well. Also has the 2 touchdowns.
It just seems like this Ravens entire team is just firing on all cylinders. Their defense is stepping up, making huge plays. Looking at Lamar Jackson, he hasn't missed in this first half. As always, Derrick Henry is just a bulldozer. You know, it's just this. If the Ravens can keep this up, there's going to be nobody that's going to be able to stop them.
Yeah, good point. Lamar Jackson doing it through the air and with his legs. Big scramble, of course, for the other touchdown. So the Ravens getting it done on the ground and getting it done through the air as well. Zay Flowers with a couple of really nice gainers. He had that fumble on his first long pass. Was able to secure it inside the 10 in the second. So, yeah, like you mentioned, Travis there, firing on all cylinders. And of course, they're well rested coming off their bye. So they had a little extra time to prepare for this game. And you never want to see a Ravens defense if you're a rookie quarterback. And the Bears receiving the kick to begin the second half. Carter. And let's see what the Bears did with the locker room. Oh my gosh. Caleb Williams. Oh, and he throws another interception. And Ravens making the arrests. Caleb Williams just not seeing this defense well today. Derrick Henry stuffed for a loss. And the Bears defense really sniffed that play out. And they go right back to Henry, who's able to weave forward for a 6-yard gain. He's already able to get a first down here. Oh, but Lamar Jackson under duress, and he has to throw it away. So I would call that a short field and all the momentum in the holding to a field goal. Dusty Tucker, perfect on his kicks today, and he leads the way. Carter makes a nice move to the outside. Another one, and he has a great return out to almost the 40-yard line. Williams in the shotgun. Tweaks a little bit. And again, he is misfiring. Of course, the Ravens had a spy on that side of the play there. Williams back to pass. And way off target again. I think he's rattled out there, Travis. Williams, 5-step drop. And he finds a lane and runs through it. Oh, Caleb Williams showing a flash of the speed there for the first down. And keeps the drive alive inside the 50. Now DeAndre Swift, who has been an effective weapon for the Bears today. 4-yard gain. Back to Swift, and it's taken down. They go back. That's 3 straight runs to Swift, and he makes just enough for the first down. Surprised they didn't call the chain gang out. Now, about the 37, and Williams takes off for. Swift again. That brings up 3rd down and 3 yards. Pass. The field. And, ooh. Yeah, I need to stick him on his hands or something. That ball's flying all over the place. Nowhere near his intended target. Carlos Santos. Again. A bit shaky. Right there. Justice Hill. Take off. Oh, my word. And he breaks free. He's past the 50. He's to the 44 before he's tackled. And here comes Derrick Henry. Just bludgeoning defenders. They bounce off of him. Henry's game is that long speed. Once the train gets rolling, it don't stop. Jackson back to pass. Ooh. Yes. Oh, the Ravens. Down pass. So Lamar Jackson doing a little there. I thought he was dead to rights in the back. Find a way. And that puts the Ravens up 31-6. Viewers, you can see why this Ravens team has such a high point differential. They are excellent on offense, and their defense can be just an absolute headache. Williams back pass, and he connects with Allen on this one. And Allen for a good gainer. He's been Bears' most reliable weapon today. And here comes another dose of Swift. The pitch up to the right side of the line. And he's a gain of about 5. Not too much dance in there. I think if he puts his head down, he can fight for a few extra yards. Williams off the play action. And this time he finds his intended target for the Bears. That's DJ Moore in his first season with the Bears. And yeah, really some busted coverage on the backside for the Ravens there. Left DJ wide open. Bears try the onside kick unsuccessfully. Unsurprisingly, they took it to Derrick Henry with his chest. Oh man, his speed is deceptive. And he's no way one defensive back is going to bring him down. Touchdown, Ravens. Off the Bears finally get something going. First touchdown of the game on the very next play. Trucks a couple defenders en route to the end zone. And this baby is over. 38-13. Oh, there's a fumble! Somebody with a lineman number. I don't know what he's thinking. Bears are fortunate to get that ball back, but they are cooked right now. Oh, Nnamdi Matabuki just coming through with the sack. The Ravens defense is really overloaded this Bears offense. Caleb Williams, his best asset so far has been with his legs as he fires another pass into Bill Williams. Swings out and tries to fire back across the field. Generally speaking, and well, that fourth down and long play, they just decide to save it. Ball right back to the Ravens, who are on tear. They're not slowing down. Mark back to Zay Flowers having a big game for Jackson through the air. Walton to the score. And that kick puts the Ravens up 45-13. Pencil in another 30 points. 26 points. The Ravens here. Team owner Felice must be thrilled where he's from his action here. And the ball's tipped at the line and falls. Williams hand off to Swift. And big hole there to the right side. Swift, nifty little move. And it's enough for the first down. Of course, there's only 5 seconds left. The Bears use one of their final timeouts. Final play of the game. Clock's hit zeros. Swift is tackled. And wow, it's just incredible watching the power of this Ravens team, what they're able to do. Derrick Henry, 162 yards on just 9 carries. Lamar Jackson, 83% completion percentage. No picks. Touchdown to Flowers. And of course, he ran one in on his own as well. So he's looked every bit the dynamic franchise quarterback we expected him to be. His favorite target, Zay Flowers, at 3 for $106. And just a woeful performance there from Caleb Williams. The rookie, of course, going to get up against the vaunted Ravens defense. And I think it showed today. So he's got a lot of work to do. He saw some flashes, but he was a little inaccurate. And I think after those first couple hits, he started getting some happy feet and short-arming his throws a little bit. There was at least one positive when he hit DJ Moore for that touchdown. But overall, day to forget for the Bears.
Yeah, the times that game was just hard to watch. That was just an absolute shellacking. They embarrassed the Bears in almost every way possible. Bears had very few shining spots, and it just goes to show you how just well balanced and powerful every aspect of this Ravens team is. And they're definitely, as I said before, they're definitely going to be the force to be reckoned with come playoff time.
Dominant performance, absolutely.
Alright, so that was quite the game. Let's see what we have next on our slate. Next we have Carolina Panthers hosting Buffalo Bills, managed by Troy. So this should be a good game. Troy is sneaking up in the standings. He had a slow start, a couple wins that were very, very, very close games, but ever since then he's just been taking off, and that point differential for him has just been shooting up. So let's see if he can keep this momentum going for himself.
Yeah, Troy in third place in the standings with a 6-1 mark. Of course, Buffalo led by MVP, perennial MVP candidate Josh Allen. So he looks to keep pace in the standings. And the Panthers coming off one of their worst seasons they've ever had. Their quarterback, Bryce Young, really looked awful. Let's just call him like you see him. Number 1 overall pick, and he has not lived up to that billing yet. Young, back to pass. He's got options. Oh, and it looks like there's a little miscommunication between Young and his receiver. The receiver bent the route in. Tried to lead him a little bit. Oh, Young fakes the takeoff and throws into double coverage. That was ill-advised. Of course, Chuba Hubbard having himself a pretty good season. Young again, back to pass. Oh, and he runs into the back of his lineman, and that's a quarterback sack for the Bills. Carolina, quick 3-and-out here. Move the ball right to Buffalo. As they receive the opening kick. And there's Codrington. He's a couple people miss on that punt return. We'll see how Bills decide to attack this young Panthers defense. And it's Josh Allen bootleg, and he finds a sideline. It's tangled up inside the 45, but out at just about 40. Josh Allen with a nice first down run. Now, shotgun. Allen, he's got a man. It's Khalil Shakir. Oh, and falls incomplete. Khalil Shakir working off that slot there. And they decide to go with Ray. Oh, Cook, sorry. They're going with Dalvin Cook there. Not Dalvin. Cook. And it's Cook again. He's got all kinds of room to run. And he waltzes into the end zone, nearly untouched. So James Cook puts the Bills on the board early here in this first quarter after the 3-and-out from the Panthers. And the Bass kick is up and good for a 7-0 Buffalo lead. Carolina will take the field up the 20-yard line. Young, 5-step drop. He's got a man deep. Oh, and he just overthrows him. Yeah, feeling a step slower than he used to be. And Young missed him. Oh, he's got all day. Oh, and he overthrows first-round pick Xavier Legette. Wow, that is got to be disappointing if you're on that Panthers sideline. And this one he just throws away in the face of pressure. So twice in a row, Bryce Young had a receiver deep and was unable to connect with them, overthrowing them both by a little bit each time. And if you count the one on the first drive, that's a couple of errant throws early in this game from the young Bryce Young. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets benched here at some point this season. And there's Cook again off the left guard. And he fights his way forward for more yardage as the quarter comes to a conclusion. 5 minutes on the clock here for the second quarter. 7-0 Buffalo lead. And they go back to Cook, who just short of the first down. So they'll bring up 3rd and short. A lot of times the Bills like a quarterback sneak in this situation. And indeed, there goes Allen up the right side. got all kinds of room to run. Josh Allen galloping away from the defense, and he's inside the 20. So Josh Allen coming up with a huge third down run, and just misses on the left sideline. Looked like he was looking for Shakir on that one. Just a little miscommunication. And little dump off to Cook. And Cook finds a lane, and he is gone. Touchdown, Bills. That's great patience from Allen. He's looking left, knowing he has the outlet Cook to the right side. He uses it, and the whole defense is flooding the other side of the field. Cook just has to make one man miss, outruns the other, and he's into the end zone to give Buffalo Bills a 14-0 lead. Off the kickoff here. And unable to get back to the 20-yard line. Of course, in Tecmo World, we still play with real kickoff rules. None of this, whatever the hell they do now. And so after that play, it'll be 2nd and 5. Young, back to pass. He's got a man open. And even though he overthrows him, Adam Thielen able to haul it in just off his fingertips. So maybe that'll settle the youngster down in the pocket there. And he's got another man open. Oh, incomplete. It looked like it just kind of glanced off of the fingers there. That should have been a reception. That's really not on Bryce Young that time. And Chuba Hubbard, who we haven't called his name much today. As Young drops back to another pass, and he finds Xavier Legette, the rookie. Ooh, he's dragged down inside the 15. Under 2 minutes now, the Panthers start to burn their timeouts. Legette, he figured just one more move, he could have been gone. Bryce Young to Thielen. Oh, Bryce Young again, not able to connect to a wide open receiver in the end zone. And that's got to be frustrating. And he drops that pass, he fumbles. Watch goes with the strip sack on Bryce Young when they're in the shadow of the goalpost. And Young chases him down from behind. But oh my gosh, the Buffalo Bills with an 80-yard field-turning fumble recovery. And it takes Josh Allen just one play to cash in. Khalil Shakir, his favorite target this season. Oh, what a turn of events. It looked like they were going to cut the lead in half, or at least put some points on the board. And then the disastrous fumble from Bryce Young as he gives into the pressure that Buffalo's defense was applying. Wow. Incredible turn of events. So the Bills go up 21-0. Viewers, you can see why Troy's in third place with this team. The one loss he suffered was still a good game, and it's really, again, like the Ravens, a very well-balanced team, AFC power for sure.
Yeah, that first loss was at the beginning of the season, but you have to keep in mind it was against the savage Baltimore Ravens, and it was only by 1 point, so he definitely fought hard, and if they happen to meet again in the playoffs, it should be another just fantastic game. That was a fantastic game. But yeah, as of now, the Panthers are really not doing what they need to do in order to stay competitive, and it's hopefully they make some halftime adjustments just to make it this the final score not quite as embarrassing as what this halftime score is.
Yeah, and even though it's been all Bills today. Bryce Young looking extremely inaccurate, looking like the young quarterback that he is, and it's hard for him to see over that line of scrimmage. He's such a diminutive quarterback, and I think that's why he's missing on a couple of these throws. He thinks he needs to put a little more air under it than he does. And of course, Adam Thielen's lost a step. He hasn't quite made that connection with Xavier Legette, his rookie wide receiver. And of course, just the 2 runs to Chuba Hubbard so far. So the Panthers really looking like a team that is overmatched in this this game today.
All right, looks like the teams are coming back onto the field, so let's go back down and enjoy a second half of football.
Thank you, Travis. Codrington on the... Oh, he breaks a tackle. He's out to about the 25-yard line. Bill's in total control here. Of course, the biggest... Uh-oh! Fumble! Recovered by the Panthers, and they're on the board. Robinson, who comes up with a fumble, and he runs it in. Wow. He definitely did not see that coming. Surprised the Bills didn't play a little more conservative and try a run on first down there. Maybe they saw something in the locker room that they wanted to try, but yeah, that's a pretty big turnover at this point in the game. So the Bills will line it up again. Allen in the shotgun. Played a little more urgency. Allen all day, and he fires to Khalil Shakir. Shakir, his most trusted receiver at this point. Haven't seen Keon Coleman or the big tight end Dalton Kincaid yet. Oh, and it's Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is the ghost of it, and he sheds a tackle. Cooper, he gone. A tremendous throw from Josh Allen, and Amari takes it in stride, makes a man miss, delivers a vicious stiff arm, and is able to pull away for the touchdown. Amari, of course, a former pick by the Oakland Raiders. Then played with the Cowboys for a couple of seasons before ending up with the Browns, and the Browns traded him to the Bills. So he's seen a lot of football. Bryce Young from the shotgun, and he throws another ill-advised pass. Looked like the defensive back was running the receiver's route for him, and he's lucky that one wasn't picked. Young again drops back. I would call that triple coverage. That just seemed like a really, really poor decision there from Bryce Young. Now back pass again, and he's sacked by Ed Oliver, the Bills' leading sack total last year. The Panthers forced to punt after their fortuitous fumble recovery for a touchdown. The Bills go right down the field on a deep Amari Cooper strike, and then they're held to 3 and out again. So what looked like a spark for these Carolina Panthers turned into... This game could be over pretty soon, as Amari Cooper again, all kinds of room to run, and he's tackled inside the 5-yard line. So we'll see what the Bills want to do here. James Cook has been very effective in this short yard situation, but oh wow, I'm surprised Allen couldn't take it himself. Instead, he does find the tight end Dalton Kincaid, who's been quiet all game. Haven't heard his name yet. And Josh Allen looked like he was about to run. I thought he had a lane, but he's able to dump it off for the short touchdown pass to Kincaid. And this game is getting ugly. 35-7 here going into the fourth quarter. And the way the Panthers have looked today, scoring 0 points on offense so far, I don't think that they're gonna be able to pull this one out. Bryce Young again making a curious decision, throwing into 3 triple coverage on that curl route, and he did not see streaking Thielen on the left sideline, and Ed Oliver comes in for his second sack of the game. So 3rd and 14 now, and the ball's batted at the line of scrimmage. We talked earlier about Bryce Young's stature and how it's hard for him to see over the line of scrimmage. Of course, those D linemen get their big paws up, and all they have to do is swat at it to affect a change like that. So the ball's batted down, and then Bryce Young trying to make something happen with his legs, and turnover on down. So the Bills get the ball back just outside of the red zone, and Josh Allen looked to take off, and he is taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a sack. Dalton Kincaid showing off some hops. That ball was slightly overthrown. It looked like danger, but Dalton Kincaid bails out his all-pro quarterback. Now Allen with the shotgun. And he had two players in the vicinity. Looked like there was a miscommunication there on the with the wide receivers, both of them running nearly into the same spot. So Tyler Bass comes out for the field goal, and it's up and good from 38 yards. And that'll put the Bills up 38-7 with just under 3 minutes here in the fourth quarter. And Blackshear finds a crease. He gets some good blocking up front, and he's taken down about the 30. So Bryce Young drops back. Good coverage, and he has to check it down to Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard, who's been a revelation for the Panthers this season. He fights for some good yardage and gets that first down. Young getting back to pass. He's got a man. Oh, and as has been the theme this entire game, he just leads him a little too far. Him and Thielen need to get on the same page on that route because it has been there all game long. They just haven't been able to connect on it. Oh, third and long here for the Panthers. Young. Ooh. Tried to hit Hubbard on the flare route. He wouldn't have done much on a 3rd and 18, but he misses him badly. And gangbusters blitz, and the Bills kinds of pressure applied to Bryce Young, and he succumbs to it for the turnover on downs. Josh Allen using that bootleg to gain pretty good, about 8 yards. Goes back to it. Josh Allen showing off his wheels as he gets the first down. After the timeout, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Allen fakes the run and then delivers to Amari Cooper for his second touchdown of the game. Amari Cooper. Samari. Josh Allen to Cooper. What a hookup that has been. And we said earlier in the broadcast that Shakir has been Allen's favorite target this season, but Amari Cooper has broken off some really big plays and continues to do so here against this very vulnerable Panthers secondary. The game winds down here. There's 12 seconds left on the clock. They run to Hubbard on the outside, call their final timeout, and Bills in prevent defense. Young, back to pass. Got a man, it's Thielen. 2 years ago with the Vikings, Thielen might have been able to run away from the pursuit there, but he's a little older nowadays, and I think is showing with his wheels. So that's that. The Bills 45, Panthers 7, and it wasn't even that close. Again, the Panthers' only points coming off that fumble recovery for a touchdown. Their offense went absolutely nowhere today. You see it with Chuba Hubbard, 3 runs for 7 yards. Bryce Young, a 26% completion percentage and 151 yards. Most of those coming from Adam Thielen, who had 3 for 105. Amari Cooper, who really took the top off of this defense, had 3 for 156, and just an absolutely incredible performance today from the Bills.
Yeah, that was the win they needed. So that win puts them past the Matt representing Washington, but Matt still has a game to play, so anything could happen at this point. But as of this moment, that does put Troy in second, still behind the incredible Baltimore Ravens led by Kevin Felice, though. So we'll see how that game goes later in our broadcast. That should be the last broadcast. It'll be a great game. It's going to be Washington at Kansas City, represented by Tom. But up next we have our first player versus player of the game. It's going to be Houston Texans South, represented by Stanley Colt, hosting the San Francisco 49ers, represented by Chris Felice. And these games, they have a lot of implications. These guys are only, I believe, two spots away in the standings, just near the top of the lower bracket of the potential playoffs. So this game has a lot of implications. There could be a huge swing here, depending on who wins. So let's go down to the field.
Stanley currently holding the number 7 seed with the 49ers in the 9th slot. They both have 4 wins so far, but the Niners have suffered an extra loss. So, as you mentioned, Travis, this game could absolutely have a huge impact on the standings.
But from the inside sources I've gotten, Chris Felice has made a couple changes.
And we'll be right back after this TV timeout.
All right. And we are back. Let's get to our next game.
And we're here live in the Odie Zaffa booth. Interesting matchup here between former 49ers defensive coordinator D'Amico Ryans going up against his former boss, Kyle Shanahan. And we will... Should be a very good game today. It's a lovely Sunday afternoon. Jake Moody boots it off, and Pierce, who traverses the field twice and is taken down at the 38-yard line. Texans featuring Joe Mixon and Nico Collins as their primary offensive weapons. Of course, led by the second quarterback taken in last year's draft, C.J. Stroud. And it's a straight run up the middle from Mixon, and he makes one man miss, delivers a stiff arm, and is taken down at up the 27-yard line. Oh, just a standard run up the middle for Mixon there. He did the dive, and Stroud back to pass. Defender bearing down on him. He gets it away. Oh, it just out of the reach of the outstretched arms of Nico Collins. That could have been a touchdown had he put a little bit more air under it. Stroud under pressure again from Nick Bosa, and he has to throw that one away. Stroud back to pass. Oh, he's got a man deep. He sees him. It's Tank Dell. And Tank Dell wide open in the end zone for the Texans. Touchdown. And Tank Dell's such a special player. I hope he doesn't break his leg or anything later in the season. Jaime Fairbairn. Looking good. So it's 7-0 off the Bryce Young to Tank Dell. I'm sorry, Bryce Young. C.J. Stroud to Tank Dell connection. Recently, the Niners were looking for a spark in their special teams, and they're having McCaffrey run back kick snap. Brock Purdy. Oh, and he is sacked by Jalen Petre. Wow, that's not the way the Niners want to start this 11-yard loss. Purdy back to pass again. And this time he finds Juwan Jennings. Juwan, of course, a clutch performer. He's able to pick up most of that yardage and make it a manageable 33. McCaffrey off the left tackle He's running right behind his boy Williams, and he gets the first down. The first and 10 from the 34-yard line. Purdy again is sacked. Aziz Al-Shair, who follows Nico Ryans from San Francisco, by way of Tennessee, is able to come down with a sack. And Brock Purdy has not looked sharp, absorbing 2 sacks already and getting bailed out from Juwan Jacobs' favorite, toughest targets. And Purdy lets it go into double coverage. And wow, he is playing a little faster than he wants to right now. I'm not sure if he's seeing the field well or if the defense is throwing some exotic looks at him. But he is not a good first drive for the 49ers. Well, CJ Stroud, a little toss to Mixon, and he's unable to get anywhere. Ray Greenhawk coming in for the tackle. Under pressure again, and Stroud has to throw it away before he's sacked. That brings up a 3rd and 10. This is kind of a crucial down in this drive. Stroud, he sees Collins. He's got Collins, and Nico Collins makes a man miss, and he's taken down just inside the 5-yard line as that first quarter comes to an end. So, yeah, Collins must have been in miscommunication with the defense because nobody took their best receiver, Nico Collins. And there he is, Collins for the touchdown. They go right back to him, and the Niners cornerbacks have absolutely no answer for Nico as of now. They might have to put Charvarius Ford on an island over there because Tank Dell is blowing the top off this defense as well. The kickoff, McCaffrey fields it from inside the end zone. Weaves his way in and out. You can see the speed there. And he's taken down. So 1st and 10 for these Niners on their second drive of the game. Down 14-0. Purdy. Oh, he's got a man open. It's Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk. Oh, and he's taken down inside the 10-yard line. So Purdy off the play-action bootleg, which totally sucks in the defense and leaves Brandon Ayuk all alone. McCaffrey tries the right side, not much there. 2nd and goal from the 9. Purdy in the shotgun, and it looks like he had a receiver open on the crossing route. I think that was Ricky Pearsall, but it's tipped at the line of scrimmage, and really great play by the defense there. Oh, and another tip. That's 2 block passes in a row for Purdy. Oh, Shanahan's not going to like that. So they send out the temperamental Jake Moody. Able to drill this 34-yard field goal to put the Niners on the board. 14-3. Just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. And there's Pierce, who takes the ball out past the 20-yard line on the kickoff. CJ Stroud. And the typically stout Niners defense has really had no answers for the Texans to this point. As Mixon goes for 8 yards. Stroud in the shotgun. He's got all day. He just picks his man. It's Nico Collins, who's on the big gainer. That was a 26-yard gain for Nico. Starting to call their timeouts. Under 2 minutes here to go in the half. Stroud, again, back to pass. He picks Tank Dell, who is wide open underneath. Looks like the coverage linebacker, it was miscommunication with the linebackers there because he was really wide open in the middle of the field. It's not something you typically see when Fred Warner's out there. Oh, and CJ Stroud, he finds a streaking Nico Collins up the left sideline for another touchdown. It's getting late early here in San Francisco. CJ Stroud is he looked like he should have been the first pick of the draft. Bear makes it 21-3. Let's see what the Niners can do here with just under a minute remaining in the half. If they can get any points on the board, I think that would be a win for them. 42 seconds left. Shanahan gets the play in. And there's a little toss to McCaffrey. So in typical Shanahan fashion, just absolutely playing it as safely as possible. Play action, Purdy. And he finds George Kittle for his first catch of the day. Quickly calls their second timeout. And this is probably going to be the last play of the half here. Purdy back to pass. He's got Ayuk again. Oh, he leaves him just a little too much. Bounces off of Ayuk's hands. The body language from the Niners coming off the field is not good. Brock Purdy with a sub 40% completion percentage, just 85 yards. Of course, most of those coming on Brandon Ayuk, 57-yard catch. And Nico Collins on the other side, absolutely destroying this Niners secondary. It looks like they're really missing Talanoa Benga out there. And of course, McCaffrey, he's not had many opportunities. He's had a couple runs, a couple of catches. Biggest run coming on one of the first plays of the game where he took the dive through the middle of that Niners defensive line. And the Niners have had a tough time stopping the run here. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans come out in the second half and keep trying to pound the rock.
Yeah, if the Niners are going to have any hope, they're going to have to do something about Nico Collins because he is just running roughshod over this Niner defense. All right, so looks like the teams are coming back down to the field. And let's join them.
And Fairbairn with a deep kick to McCaffrey. He finds a nice hole there and is able to get out just past the 20-yard line. McCaffrey, the Niners workhorse, do-it-all tailback. Uh-oh. And it's a fumble! Fumbles! Derek Stingley, the first quarterback taken in his draft, comes up with the fumble recovery, and he waltzes into the end zone, doing the duck walk on his way. Wow, Derek Stingley, what a great pick from this Texas team. He has absolutely lived up to the billing of some of the more recent high-profile cornerbacks to be taken in the draft. Once again, McCaffrey fields the kickoff. Now down 28-3. With the way this Niners offense has been performing today, things are not looking good. Ayuk shows off the leaping ability, and Ayuk's been really the lone bright spot for the Niners today. He has repeatedly gotten deep past the bridge of the Texans here, and Purdy's been able to find him a couple of times. McCaffrey stopped up in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Purdy from the gun. He's got Kittle. Oh, and instead he throws into double coverage, and it's picked off in the end zone for a touchback. You can see he had Kittle wide open in the middle of the field and just missed it. C.J. Stroud back to pass. Tank Dell. Oh, he lays out and makes the catch. Tank Dell springs back to his feet, and he just gets a bunch more yardage. They're inside the 25-yard line. It is not looking good for the 49ers today. Stroud spreading the ball all over the field, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Oh, the Niners call a blitz, and Stroud's able to get away from it and lofts one up. Nico Collins with a scramble drill. He's aware and comes down with the catch. Now Mixon tossed to the left side, and he's in for the touchdown. Joe Mixon. He extends this Texans lead, pinning the PAT. It'll be 35-3. Well, I did not see this one coming when we were doing the pregame, Travis. The Texans just absolutely dominating the 49ers in every aspect of the game. Turnovers, which has been really the big killer. They've been getting a lot of pressure and sacks on Brock Purdy and playing some really good defense along the way. Purdy, that one was close to being intercepted again. Shanahan's not going to be thrilled when they watch the tape tomorrow. McCaffrey off the left tackle. Good gain, and now McCaffrey over right guard. That's a man by the rookie Cooney, who's been quite a bright spot on this 49ers offensive line. He's been much maligned. McCaffrey weaves his way to a first down. As this third quarter comes to an end, the Niners cross midfield. McCaffrey, puts it up again, and it's Bolden comes up with the fumble recovery. Oh my word, it's gone from bad to worse for this San Francisco 49er team. Yeah, the turnovers have been an absolute killer today. Fumbles, interceptions. Wow, just the Texans defense is swarming. Mixon, toss to the right. Makes man miss, and he's taken down at the 25. That'll be a first down for the Texans, who lead this by a score of 35-3. CJ Stroud, a little comeback to Nico Collins, and he's just short of the first down marker. That'll just bring up 2nd and 1 for the Texans. And they try the right side with Mixon again, who bobs and weaves his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Joe Wifey Mixon does it again.
Jesus.
Wow, this is just getting ugly. I'd like to say we could take you to a more competitive game, but there's nothing else on the slate currently. So we'll just have to stick this one out, sports fans. McCaffrey going up the right side. He's taken down about the 15-16. McCaffrey off to the left, and he gets about a 5-yard gain. It has just been all Texans today. They started off with a 14-0, and they haven't looked back. Come to think of it, Travis, it seems like every game so far has been just an absolute one-sided affair. Total blowout for the Ravens, total blowout for the Bills. The Vikings won by a huge score as well. So it's really not been a lot of competitive games today outside of the first quarter or so.
Yeah, if you like high offense football, this is the week for you.
That'll be a rare first down for the 49ers here as we approach 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Purdy hands off to McCaffrey. Have you ever wondered why Christian McCaffrey gets hurt so often? Because Shanahan runs him on about 87% of the running plays.
Definitely doesn't help now that he put him on special teams as well.
Yeah, I can just imagine some, like, I don't know, Achilles tendonitis kicking in at some point. And Purdy with a half-hearted attempt over the middle that's easily picked off by the Texans. And there goes Mixon up the middle. Mixing up the middle again. They're just trying to run the clock out, but the Niners allergic to tackling. And they let him run for another 15 yards past the line of scrimmage. This has just been a really piss-poor effort on the Niners' part today. Mixon, gain of 3. And Niners finally looking like they have a little bit of pride, taking down the backfield for a loss of 4. Ooh, and that was Yamador Lenoir who was able to knock that ball out of the air. Texans settling for a long field goal attempt, which is up and good. Miami Fairbairn stays true from 45 yards. And as the clock strikes 0. McCaffrey takes the ball out of the end zone. And that's great. He got past midfield. Isn't that spectacular? The Niners had a couple of chances. Brandon Ayuk had a couple of really long gainers, but one was wiped out by a turnover, and the other one, the Niners just couldn't get anything going in the red zone. They had to settle for the field goal. But wow, that was just a really poor effort from the Niners. Brock Purdy with a couple of picks, McCaffrey, a couple of fumbles, and there's not much you can say. CJ Stroud really looked the part today. Him and Nico Collins had great chemistry. Collins, of course, going 6 for 141 and a couple of touchdowns. And Tank Dell getting involved as well with a couple touchdowns of his own. And CJ Stroud spreading the ball around. He hit Mixon out of the backfield a few times. And the Niners defense really had no answers for this Texans offense. And conversely, this offense looked horrible. I don't know what's going on over there, but things don't look too rosy in 49er land right now.
Yeah, this is pretty much the opposite of what I expected from this game. I was expecting to pretty much be mirrored, but you never know any given Sunday.
And so Stan Call must be pretty pleased with his team's performance today.
Yeah, that's gonna give him a nice
Chris
boost.
Felice on the other side goes begging. So that drops him to a 4-4 record and brings Stanley up to 5-2 with still fairly low point differential, but 41 added on to his 6 is looking a lot better than it was previously.
Yeah, as of now, that actually puts him in 5th place, just passing Tom and Kansas City and Ian in Minnesota. So these we get a bit of a shuffle going on in our standings this week, but that just makes it all the more interesting. So up next we have what would be a pretty large mismatch. It's the lowly New York Giants are being hosted by the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champs. So this, but again, I was expecting, the opposite from last game. So anything can happen. Let's see what happens coming up.
Did they win the Super Bowl? I guess I'm thinking it's 2024, not 2025.
Oh, who knows? This is all just a simulation anyways. Nothing is real.
Of course, on paper, this does look like a mismatch with Daniel Jones, who's looked pretty horrible this entire campaign.
We may have some technical difficulties, folks. We'll just keep this game going on the broadcast while we try to figure this out. So bear with us.
Just awful. Misses a wide open receiver down the sideline, and that could have been major damage on that play. And instead, he's taken down by Josh Sweat. Sweat, who's had the most sacks of any player on this Eagles team. there, Malik Neighbors, the rookie sensation, with an excellent catch and run after an inaccurate Daniel Jones throw. And Jones finds his man for the touchdown. And that's Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton, who has looked incredible these last couple of weeks. He's able to come in for a touchdown. I don't know where the Eagles secondary was on that. That was pretty poor coverage. So again, like we said, anything can happen here in a division game. As the first quarter ends, it's tied 7-7. Devonta Smith gets the kickoff there, and he's able to bring it out to about the 17-yard line. And we'll see what Hurts is able to do with it. All day, he's got a man open downfield, and he checks down to A.J. Brown. Looks like he didn't like what he saw on the deep pass, so he hits A.J. Brown in the curl. Now, he does try the deep pass. Oh, and it falls incomplete. I think Devonta Smith would still be running. He'd be able to hold on to that one. And Hurts, showing off a touch of inaccuracy there. And that brings up a quick 3rd and 10. We talk a little bit about how the Eagles have one of the best running backs in the world in Saquon Barkley. Sometimes they get away from using it in favor of Jalen Hurts. And we're seeing that on this drive here. Hurts breaks the pocket, and he shows off some shiftiness. He's got a great gainer. So that'll be about a 29-yard scramble. Broken pass away from Hurts. Now shotgun. Hurts threatens to run again, and he is sacked by Brian Burns. I don't see why the Eagles aren't going to Barkley a little bit more. And there we go. This time they do. And what do you know? A positive result. So 1st and goal here from the 9-yard line. And now they go to Barkley, and he'll walk into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. There's some really good downfield blocking from A.J. Brown in the receiving core there. And that really sprung Barkley. The safety got caught up in all that traffic and wasn't able to get there in time. So great design from the Eagles coaching staff, and they're able to execute. Now again, the Giants take the field on offense with Daniel Jones. We haven't seen much Tyrone Tracy, who's really been a... Oh, and as I say that, Tyrone Tracy's stuffed in the backfield for a 5-yard loss. But he's been quite the fine. And they try Barkley up the left side, and they love that little toss to Barkley on the left. So with just under 30 seconds here, the Eagles a 7-point lead, and they're going to bring out the kicking unit. There's Elliott, who punches it through. So 17-7 with just about under a half minute left here. So the Eagles, barring something unforeseen, will go into the locker room with a 10-point advantage. And there you have it. Well, the Giants always play the Eagles pretty close, even though Daniel Jones has thrown the interception and has missed on a couple of wide open passes. This is still just a 2-possession game. course, the Eagles and Giants played just 2 weeks ago, week 6. So they're very familiar with one another. And Devonta Smith makes a nice play there. Gets out to just inside the 40-yard line. So Hurts back to pass. And he fakes like he's going to run it. Now he lets it go. And it's picked off. I can't believe it. He had a lane in front of him and a man open downfield, and he makes a poor choice and tries to muscle it over the middle of the field. And it's easily picked off by the Giants secondary. Just an absolute gift for the Giants after the Eagles had the momentum coming out of the locker room. And then there's Tyrone Tracy, who it's a nice game. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Giants, who are on the edge of field goal range. Jones, all day in the pocket. He lets it loose. Oh, and it's just out of the outstretched hands of his rookie receiver, Malik Neighbors. So they will indeed try for the long field goal. And it's blocked. The field goal is blocked, and it's recovered by the Eagles. Zach Bond, the possibly Pro Bowl linebacker, he's able to put the Eagles in a really favorable position. And Giants bring an all-out blitz, and Hurts is lucky to be able to get away, get that one away. Oh, he takes it and runs again. This time, he's got all kinds of room, and it's a touchdown! Philadelphia! Fly, Eagles, fly. And Hurts showing off the wheels on, it wasn't a design quarterback run, but he saw the coverage, saw that they were playing a man coverage, so their backs were to him, and he's able to take off right through the middle of the line. So the Eagles in a little bit more of a comfortable position, up 24-7 now. Jones drops back to pass. Ooh, nearly hit as he gets rid of it, and he overthrows Darius Slayton by a lot. So there's that typically inaccurate Daniel Jones that we've come to know and love. And Tyrone Tracy on the off-tackle runs, taken down for a 1-yard loss. Uh-oh, Daniel Jones is in trouble. He evades it, and oh my God, Darius Slayton, there he is. The Eagles brought a 0 blitz, and the safety chose to shade towards Malik Neighbors, leaving Darius Slayton wide open all by himself on the near sideline, and he connects for a huge gainer. Now, based on the way Jones has been playing, I thought he was going to overthrow that one by about 15 yards. Instead, Slayton's able to haul it in with his speed, and the Eagles defense is on its heels now. 17 seconds left in the quarter, and Jones is taken down by Nakobe Dean in the backfield. That was a big 9-yard loss, and they can't afford too many more of those, or they'll be out of field goal range. And there's Daniel Jones hitting. Was he aiming at the mascot? It's kind of hard to tell from this angle. Nowhere near anybody wearing blue, though. Oh, and here comes another blitz, and Nakobe Dean once again takes him down. That's 2 sacks for Dean on this drive. And again, that pushes them right towards the end of field goal range. Last time they're in this position, they had it blocked. And this one's no good, off the crossbar, or off the upright. And that gives the ball back to the Eagles, who run up the outside with Barkley. I'm glad to see they're going to Barkley on these early downs. Last time they played the Giants, it seemed like they're doing pass, run, instead of trying to soften the defense with a couple Barkley runs. And there he goes again through the left side, and it's got just short of the first down, and that'll bring up 4th and just a couple of inches. Of course, tush push not available in this game, otherwise I'm sure the Eagles would have deployed it there. And the ball travels into the end zone for a touchback. Jones drops back. He's got Neighbors. Oh, hilariously sends it further over Neighbor's head. And then, oh geez, I can't believe we got that one off. And that's Robinson, who we haven't heard from yet tonight. And Robinson bails out Daniel Jones, who was just about to get destroyed. He took a big hit, but was able to get rid of the ball. Oh, and there's Josh Sweat coming in for his second sack of the game. That would be the fourth sack on Daniel Jones tonight. Tyrone Tracy weaves his way to the right side of the field. And taken down inbounds, forcing the Giants to use another timeout. And there's the pitch to Tracy. Oh, and it looked like he had a little room to the outside, but he flowed back inside and is taken down by Zach Baum. And that was Jahan Dotson on that last Hurts connection in the end zone. And the Eagles are finally pouring it on to the Giants here. Malik Neighbors. Ooh, once he hits that top speed, he's got just another gear that most receivers don't possess. Those long, loping strides. Gets him down in the red zone. Jones, back to pass. Even on a little pitch and catch like that, it was kind of iffy. He threw it pretty low, and the receiver had to get it right off the shoestrings there. Tyrone Tracy, pitch out to the right, and he's got a little bit of room, one man to beat, and he's taken down to the 5. Good enough for a first down, but that will end the game. So the Giants keeping it close for most of the game before the Eagles were able to pull away off of Daniel Jones's interception and the blocked field goal. So really disastrous special teams day for these New York Giants, and the Eagles able to show their superiority here in the win. Malik Neighbors, 2 catches for 121 yards. Jalen Hurts, only 100 passing yards, 58 of those coming on the 2 Jahan Dotson receptions. Of course, Saquon Barkley getting nearly to the century mark there. So, the Eagles did what they were supposed to do. They came in and beat this division rival. And it looks like they'll gain a couple points in the point differential as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you didn't know the final score of this game and you were just looking at these stats, you would think the Giants would ran away with this game, but it's quite the opposite actually. When the Eagles, their defense made a few mistakes, but the most important thing is they stepped up when they needed to, which is what you want from your defense. Nobody's perfect, but when they needed to rise to the occasion, they made some real big stops. So it was a great effort by the Eagles.
Horrible.
Even then, he's still got 232 yards. I don't have the stats in front of me, but if I recall correctly, he may be the yardage leader so far in this week.
And that will put a cap on this game. Thank you for watching, and that brings up our next matchup, which will be.
Looks like it is New Orleans Saints hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are represented by Travis Gonzalez.
Another divisional matchup, of course. Looks like this game will be played inside the beautiful Mercedes Superdome.
Yeah, let's see if Tampa Bay can use this opportunity to climb up in the standings. Because as of right now, it is still pretty tight, and the Buccaneers are coming off a disappointing loss to the Detroit Lions last week by 18 points. So let's see if he can make up that difference with this current game.
Yeah, the Lions, of course, on a bye this week. But yeah, the New Orleans, they're a curious team with Derek Carr and Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. It seems like they should be a tough out, but they really just haven't been able to put it together this season. So we'll see what happens. Chase McLaughlin kicks off to Rashid Shaheed. Shaheed the speedster has been on a couple ends of Derek Carr's moonballs there. And Tampa Bay was ready for that run up the middle. They take down Kamara in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. Now Carr, shotgun snap, he's got all day, surveys the field. He's got a man open. It's Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed with a monster reception. He's unable to break away from the safety, but he goes down inside the 5-yard line. Oh my word. That just looks like a busted coverage on the back end. Now Kamara, how did he slip through that tackle? Looked like a massive body there, and Alvin Kamara emerges unscathed and in the end zone for a touchdown. Like he was dead to rights in the backfield, actually ran into the back of his own lineman, and then looks like because he's so short, got caught up in the wash and comes out the other side for a New Orleans score. And there's Maurice Bucky Irving. That's the kickoff. Baker Mayfield, who's enjoyed a resurgence in his career since joining the Buccaneers and Liam Cohen's offensive system. And the pass is batted down. Now Irving up to the left. And he's got enough yards for the first down. So Bucky Irving, who started the season behind Rachaad White, has really emerged as the #1 running threat here. And Bucky Irving, he breaks free. Oh, he's tackled after a 20-yard gain. So Irving finding his way through the second level here. And yeah, he's looked great all season. Mayfield back to pass. And he's got Cade Otton, his big tight end, in the middle of the field for another first down. So whereas the New Orleans Saints did it on a big chunk play, it seems like the Bucky Irving, and he's a touchdown! Talked about he's been doing all season. Bucky Irving just continues to impress. He is explosive, especially going off that right flank there. The right side of their offensive line, very stout, and he's been getting all kinds of room. So the Bucks tie it up here, 7-all in the first quarter. Calls in, Derek Carr drops back to pass. He's got a man in his face. He lets it go, and it's tipped up and incomplete. That one looked like it was going to be picked off, but the defender was unable to hold on to it. Now Carr back to pass again, and grossly underthrows. Looked like it was Thomas on the curl there. He had him wide open, just waited a hair too long. Carr back to pass, and not a lot there. So they come out with 3 straight passes, and then they're forced to punt. I just don't like that play calling. And you have somebody as talented as Alvin Kamara is, you feel like you got to use him. And this New Orleans coaching staff unable to do so. Now, Bucky Irving, on the other hand, is being fed the rock by his coach. Oh, and he makes a man miss, and he's free to the secondary and down to the red zone. So Bucky Irving showing that burst and putting a little wiggle on. So Mayfield back to pass. He finds Mike Evans, Mr. 1000, and getting down inside the 10. Saints had that play sniffed out. Now Mayfield back to pass. Goes into double covers and it's picked off. It's picked off by the Saints. Oh my word. What a disaster from Baker. This is interception Mayfield. And there's a nice run up the middle for Kamara. Gains 8. And oh, Carr, he's in trouble, and he's taken down by Logan Hall. So Carr, I don't know what he's waiting for. The coverage is good, but he just ran right into that sack. And again, he's fighting for extra yards, and it's Tyke Smith, I didn't even know that's a real person, who takes him down to the backfield after Carr tried to elude him. I don't know what Carr was thinking. He looked like he was trying to run through the creases of the line of scrimmage, but I think he had a man downfield. So Irving makes a man miss. Weaves out to just about midfield there. First and 10. And after the pick in the end zone, Mayfield pulls it down, and he can't get by Chase Young. Big Chase Young, the defender, comes up with the sack. Baker back to pass again, and another ill-advised. How did that not get picked off? Baker Mayfield is making some really poor decisions today. Back to pass, Mayfield. He got guys stuck all over him. How are you going to make that throw? And that brings up a punt for Tampa Bay. Rashid Shaheed, author of the biggest play of the day so far. Up to about the 30. Carr in the shotgun. And oh, now it's his turn to get picked off. Tampa's defense, they were all over that play. I don't know what Carr was thinking. And it's Whitehead. Oh, takes it down inside the 10, right by the 5. It's first and goal from the 4. Instead of trusting Baker Mayfield, they wisely give it to Bucky Irving, who runs around the left end for a touchdown. Marquise Bucky Irving with his second of the game. Really, with the construction of this roster, Tampa Bay should be leaning on the run, setting up that play-action pass for Baker, and they're relying on its surprisingly dominant defense here. So that takes us to halftime. Buccaneers leading the Saints 14-7 after the late touchdown. And yeah, but it's been all Bucky Irving. 6 for 82 in the first half. Baker Mayfield, 33% completion percentage, 28 yards. I think that takes into account sack yardage. The ill-advised pick in the end zone.
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed, the one catch for 75 yards. That's been Derek Carr's only completion so far. And it happened on their first drive when they caught Tampa Bay out of position. So it's really been quite a pretty ugly game so far, with the turnovers and Derek Carr 1 for 5 from the pocket. Alvin Kamara's only got 12 yards. It has not. They have not looked good today on either side of this. Your classic NFC South slugfest where the teams seem like they don't really want to win.
Yeah, Bucky Irving's been the only bright spot in an otherwise abysmal game so far. Let's see if they can turn it around.
After the first 3 or 4 games where teams were scoring in the 40s pretty consistently, this feels like quite the throwback game. And Irving continuing his beautiful game so far, taking that kickoff return well past midfield. Mayfield, back pass. And it's picked off again! A Debo! Oh my word. Baker. You can't be making those decisions. The coverage looked good. That's the time you'd like to see him tuck in and go. And it's Chris Olave's touching the ball this game, and Eric Carr is able to find him up the left sideline for a huge gainer. Now Kamara running with confidence here. I mean, that interception really deflated this Buccaneers defense, and Alvin Kamara again weaving his way through for the touchdown. Even though he hasn't had much yardage, he has made the most of his touches so far. Pending the extra point, it came off his foot wrong. Oh, it still sneaks into the right upright. So that ties the game up at 14. And we'll see if Bucky Irving can make some more magic happen on this kickoff return. Does make a man miss, but he's tackled just shy of the 20-yard line. And Baker Mayfield back to pass, and he is sacked again by Chase Young. So this New Orleans defense is really woken up in the second half here. Oh, and there's Mayfield again getting battled behind the line of scrimmage, and he's sacked again by Chase Young. That's a trio for Chase Young today, and it'll be 3rd and 22. You got to figure they don't want to keep it in Baker's hands. Sacked in the end zone for a safety. Demario Davis. They brought the zero coverage, zero blitz, overwhelmed that offensive line, and took Baker Mayfield. I can't believe they didn't run Bucky Irving up the right side just to keep it safe. Instead, the worst thing that could happen did happen. Now, with the 2-point lead, the Saints get the ball back. They feel confident. They're looking for blood right now. They keep it on the ground with Kamara. They know their quarterback's not any good, so they're not going to put it in his hands very often. Derek Carr, that is. And, yep, keep it on the ground with Kamara. That's some intelligent play calling. I'd like to see Liam Cohen on the other side and play something similar. There's a lot of game left. And Kamara just enough for the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line going in. Kamara at the middle. Good gainer on 1st down, so it'll be 2nd and 6. And they keep it on the ground. 5 straight runs for the Saints here to start this drive. And we head into the 4th quarter. They're milking a 2-point. Back to pass. He tucks it and runs. And he's taken down after a 7-yard scramble. You don't see Carr move like that too often. But it was a very good use of his legs. And Kamara up the left side, he's in for the touchdown! The Saints go marching into the end zone. Alvin Kamara. And wow, that really makes a poor decision by Baker Mayfield to hold on to the ball. And really a poor decision by Liam Cohen to let him have the ball on the last drive. That really magnifies what's happening here. So instead of a tie game, now the Saints are up by 9 points. Let's see what they do. Mayfield back pass. He's got all kinds of time. Let the little wobbler go. Ooh, and it's just out of the outstretched arms of Chris Godwin. 2nd and 10. Baker looked a little skittish last couple drop backs. Missed a couple of wide open targets. Mayfield back to pass. Got a man deep. It's Mike Evans. He hits him in stride, and Mike Evans beats. Not quite gonna make it. Looked like he could go the distance there, but the center fielder for the Saints is able to track him down. And here's Bucky Irving. And he's in for the touchdown. Buccaneers definitely not going away. With a made PAT, they'll just be those 2 points behind, which sets up an intriguing last couple of possessions here in this game. This has easily been the closest, most competitive game on today's slate, with the Saints going up early, and then the Bucks taking the lead, and then just a really poor series of events from the Bucks offense. And here we are with just about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, holding on to that 2-point lead. And Kamara's met in the backfield, and he's taken down for a 3-yard loss. So this could be a very pivotal play here in this game. See what they decide to do. They keep it on the ground with Taysom Hill. They ran Taysom Hill on that play. They deserve to win this game after traffic play calling like that. Bucky Irving, field punt. And, he's got no room to run. Great coverage there by the Saints special teams unit. Chase Young's got 3 sacks already. Gets met up the line of scrimmage. And Bucky Irving out to the right side, and he's got the first down out to about midfield. So just under a minute left. Buccaneers just called their final timeout. They need about 15 yards to get into comfortable field goal range for their kicker. And, Irving only able to move forward for a couple of yards. This ball back in Mayfield's hands. And it's fumble! Recovered by the Saints. Oh my God, the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, comes up with a fumble. Baker Mayfield actually hit his receiver, but then it's immediately swiped away. And they went to the booth to look at it, and he did get both feet down and make a football move. So it was not an incomplete pass like the Buccaneers were hoping. It is a completed pass and a fumble, and that is how this game ends.
Wow, that had all the makings of an all-time game, just right up until the end. That was very unfortunate for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but that's the way she goes sometimes.
Yeah, I think it came down to really the mistakes more than anything. Baker Mayfield with the 2 interceptions, one of them very costly. Of course, he was also had the safety, and he was sacked 3 times by Chase Young. So just a brutal way to end that game. The Buccaneers defense was playing pretty well after the initial strike to Rashid Shaheed from Derek Carr. They stiffened up quite a bit, but Alvin Kamara making some magic happen with that spin move near the end zone, and then he's able to find the end zone on that that second touchdown of his as well. So yeah, the Buccaneers basically did everything they could to lose this game.
All right, so we have our second to last game coming up. It's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Green Bay Packers, represented by Ruchi Serralo.
And the Packers have not had the season they were hoping for so far. They are 1-5 with a negative 48-point differential, and Jordan Love just has not looked comfortable all season long. I don't know if there's an undisclosed injury that's keeping him back. He's had a full complement of receivers. Christian Watson's healthy. Wicks, Dobbs, they're all healthy. The running back is, you figure they should be a little bit better than their record indicates. But it's been tough for them so far. And Pittsburgh, playing about 500 ball right now, as they always do. And there's Harris out to the right side for a big first down for the Steelers. Russell Wilson drops back to pass. And Harris pulls ahead for. Now they go to Jalen Warren off the right tackle, and he makes his way up for a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. And to pitch back to Warren, they go back to the same play with a similar result. He bursts ahead for another 1st down. They have a really nice running back tandem here. Wilson, back to pass, surveys the field, and ooh, that one falls incomplete on 1st down. So the 2nd and 10. Wilson, all day. Oh, and his pass falls incomplete again. Like he had to be, if he made a little more accurate of a throw, probably would have been into the end zone. There's a big 1st down. The receiver leaps up, makes the play off Wilson's poor throw, and there we go. Oh, and here's Harris, and he's in for the touchdown, bulldozing the Packers player at the goal line. Najee Harris with the 1st score of this game, and he makes it a 7-0 lead after the successful point after try. So the Packers defense, it looked like they had the Steelers in a tough spot, but Wilson and company able to go for the touchdown. Oh, and there's Christian Watson, who makes the nice catch for a 1st down. Jordan Love, toss back to pass. All kinds of pressure on him, and that one falls incomplete. And Jordan Love has just not looked comfortable all season long. And he's sacked! Cameron Hayward comes up with a sack, the 7-year veteran. Wow, that was deep. And Love on the move, fires, and it's Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed with a nice little gainer for the 1st down. That was a 25-yard pickup. Looked like Love was about to run it, but he spotted Reed come up into the last minute. And this pass, ooh, that was ill-advised. Throwing into the double coverage again. And that's incomplete. Luckily it wasn't intercepted. Love, tucks, runs, showing off the wheels. And he's king tackled just inside the 10-yard line. Well, that was a really savvy decision by Jordan Love. He knows he hasn't been accurate today, so he's taking the ball into his own hands. Oh, and the pass is blocked. Hayward again coming up with the big play here after he got the sack earlier in the drive. Love, and that's the end of the quarter. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 4. They toss it out to Josh Jacobs, ex-Raider, and he's in for the touchdown. So the Cheeseheads get on the board with Josh Jacobs. Good. And we are tied here in Green Bay at 7 apiece. 2 storied franchises battling out in one of the cathedrals of our sport. And there's Patterson. Is that Cordero Patterson? I didn't know he was still alive. Russell Wilson in the shotgun. Oh, and that plays broken arms. 2nd and 10. Russ. Picked off. So the Packers defense finally showing a little bit of spine and getting the ball back for their explosive offense. Loss of 5 there on that play. Love, back pass on 2nd and 15. And he's picked off. Oh, Minka Fitzpatrick with the huge interception there. So that gives the ball right back to the Steelers after the Packers defense made one of their best plays of the season. Unfortunately, Jordan Love gives it right back. Russell Wilson under pressure, and he's not able to connect on that one. Back to pass. He's got a man. It's Romeo Dobbs. And Dobbs. Inside the 40, down to about the 30. Just about a minute here left in the half. Tied at 7. Packers run outside to Jacobs, and he's in for the touchdown! Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the game. On that same toss to the right side, he has looked phenomenal today. Well, I can't see anything.